Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Here comes your 36th word of a Word a Day Challenge 2021. It's ubiquitous. Ubiquitous. It comes from the Latin word ubique, which means everywhere. Even after centuries, it hasn't changed its meaning. So ubiquitous means being everywhere, existing everywhere at one time. Commonplace, widespread, that you encounter all the time, everywhere, anything. Yes, I'm going to make this word sound very simple to you. Don't worry. Let me give you a simple example. What is ubiquitous these days? Technology. Can we do without laptops or mobiles? No. We need a smartphone, right? So smartphones are ubiquitous. It's found everywhere, in everybody's hands. So technology is ubiquitous. What about Facebook? WhatsApp? It's everywhere, right? It's become commonplace now. So it's ubiquitous. You go to a beach. What do you find everywhere? Right, sand. So sand is ubiquitous. When you go to places of worship, what do you find? Flowers or candles, right? So you can say flowers and candles are ubiquitous in places of worship, means they are found everywhere. What do you find in cities? Cars, right? So cars are ubiquitous in cities. Think of something else quickly. Let me see. Frame a sentence with everywhere, something that's found everywhere. And then smartly replace that word with ubiquitous. Suppose you're working on a product and you're planning a star-spangled launch of that product. Why? Because you want that product to be everywhere. You want that product to be ubiquitous. So here's your tip. Quick tip. Whenever in a sentence you're using everywhere, replace that word everywhere with ubiquitous. It's that simple. I love books, and there are books everywhere in my house. So I can say that books are ubiquitous in my house. Suppose you're planning a day out with your friend. Do you think you really have to work hard on finding a coffee shop? No, because coffee shops are found everywhere. So coffee shops are ubiquitous in the city. Now, let me give you more examples. If you love plants and at your house you have a variety of plants, all kinds of plants. So you can say that in my house, plants are ubiquitous. Plants are found everywhere in my house. So plants are ubiquitous. Some of my friends shared videos on Facebook of the snowfall right now in the US. So they can say that it's so difficult to commute to work because of the ubiquitous snowfall. Let's talk about your workplace. Suppose you're working on a project and your senior manager or your boss constantly keeps a close watch on what you're doing. So your boss becomes ubiquitous. I know it's funny, but it happens. So your boss or your senior manager or your colleague becomes ubiquitous. For children, parents seem to be ubiquitous, especially when they are involved in some naughty task, they get caught. So children feel that their parents are everywhere, so they are ubiquitous. Slogans like go green, go vegan, Or say no to plastic could be ubiquitous. It's found everywhere. You can use ubiquitous for depression, stress, feelings, anxiety. For instance, now, stress is ubiquitous. It's quite common. It's found everywhere. Everybody seems to be stressed. But what about children? In them, innocence and laughter, their precious smiles are ubiquitous. Ubiquitous is a formal word. Again, a very good word that you can use in your academic writing. I know some of you might be thinking that it's just like omnipresent, but I wouldn't quite agree with that because omnipresent is used in spiritual context, in religious context, wherein we mean the presence of the supreme, the divine. I would suggest that you use ubiquitous when you mean things that are commonly found everywhere and not omnipresent. Keep learning. Stay blessed. Stay safe.